Hello again, my remote learners, or should I say hello and goodbye. At least for now, this is the last video assignment of the 2021 school year. This is going to be the last one. I've been informed by administration that all assignments, all grades have to be turned in by June 16th. So I'm not going to make a video lesson for next week, but everything, including this video right here, will be due next week. And to get us started, I want to let you in on what's happening with this year's art trend in Canada, where I live. A couple years ago, it was painted rocks. Everybody was painting rocks and then hiding them someplace in their neighborhood for their neighbors and their friends and even strangers to find, kind of like a scavenger hunt. Last year, it was rainbows. Everybody was painting rainbows in their doorway, in their windows. And here in Canada, we were writing "Ça va bien aller," which means everything is going to be all right. It was kind of a response to what was going on with the COVID. And I think we're learning that everything is going all right. Well, this year, the new art trend that's happening in Montreal are fairies. People are drawing fairies. They're decorating their houses, their windows, their doorways with fairies. They're putting little fairy doorways on their trees or little hobbit doorways. And so I thought I would share that with you guys. Now, when my wife suggested this assignment, I said, I don't know if my boys are going to want to draw that. And she said, well, is it something you would want to draw? And I said, yeah, I like fairies, I like fantasy, anything that's magical. I love Lord of the Rings. So I said, yeah, I think it'll be fun. And she said, well, then I think your boys may enjoy it too. The days of girls liking dolls and boys liking trucks, that's kind of come and gone. Everybody can enjoy everything. I'm looking forward to doing this drawing, and I hope that you're looking forward to it also. And if you absolutely insist that you don't want to draw this, well, then for your final assignment, you can do any one of the previous videos that you haven't already submitted. But for those of you who are ready to get started tackling this assignment, we'll begin. And we're going to start by drawing a light circle, like we do with so many of our drawings, right near the top of our paper. And in terms of how big it should be, I would say maybe about the size of a drinking glass. Or if you can imagine that you cut your paper in half and then you cut it in half again, that's the bottom of my circle. So I'm going to draw a circle kind of lightly. I'm drawing it maybe a little bit too dark so that you can see it, but I'm going to start out with a circle. And when you're ready, go ahead and start drawing yours. Now, after I've done my circle, I'm going to start working on the body. So I'm going to draw two thin lines, or two lines next to each other that are a little bit thinner than my circle. And then underneath, I'm going to draw a box or a square. And again, this is just a guideline. So keep it light. And the square is going to be about the same size as the circle. But of course, the shape is a little bit different. Excuse me. After we've done that, we're going to draw the skirt. And this is going to be shaped more like a triangle. Now I'm going to do it in two layers. So I'm going to make it short, and then I'm going to put another layer underneath. Now, if you want to make it just one shape that gets a little bit wider as it comes down below the waist, that's okay. I'm giving it two different layers, but you can make yours a little bit different. And already we're ready for the legs. I'm going to start right at the bottom of the skirt, and I'm going to come straight down, not all the way to the bottom because I want to leave a little bit of room for the feet. So I'm going to come straight down, and then from the widest part of the body, I'm going to come down, and it's going to get a little bit skinnier because when you think about a person's leg, it's a little bit skinnier as it goes down towards the ankle. It's a little wider at the hip and skinnier at the ankle. So go ahead and draw a line that goes from the center of the body straight down, and then the outside of the leg, again, gets a little bit smaller when it gets close to the ankle. And then I'm going to draw a straight line right there. After I draw that, now I'm going to draw the foot. And it's a simple little, kind of like a letter U. And one leg is already finished. I'm going to begin the other leg the same way. I'm going to start at the widest part of the body. If I can just imagine this is the widest part right here. And I'm going to angle it over, but this leg is going to be slightly covered up by the front leg. And I'm going to show a little bit of the foot back here. Now she has two legs. We're ready to begin the arms, and we'll begin right at the shoulders, of course. And I'm going to angle not straight down, not straight across, kind of like in between if this is straight down and this is straight across. I'm angling down. That's the top of the arm, and now we have to do the bottom part so it doesn't look like she has stick arms. And just like the legs, the arms get a little bit skinnier when they get close to the wrist. I'm going to draw a line to show the end of the wrist. And then I'm just going to put, for now, a couple of circles to show the hands. I'm going to keep it pretty simple at this point. So we're ready to move on to the head. I'm going to draw her bangs almost halfway down, not right up here at the top, but almost halfway down. I'm just going to draw a line that goes across. Now you can have the hair parted in the middle if you want. I have it kind of parted on the side. And it comes down to almost the middle of the face. Then I'm going to put a little bit of hair on the side here and here. And we have the bangs and the hair on the side of our fairy's head. And it's time to give Sylvia some hair. Yes, that's my fairy's name. It's Sylvia. You can give your fairy any kind of name that you want, but we're going to give her lots of hair. We'll start right about the top. My fairy has kind of wavy hair. Yours can be straight. It can be short. It can be very, very curly. However you imagine it. After we have her hair drawn, we have to give her a face, and I'm going to give her two nice big eyes. Again, not near the top of the head, but right in the middle, and we're going to make them nice and big. And I'm going to make them very simple. I'm just going to make circles. But look how big they are. This is the outer part of her eye. And for the inner part, the colored circle, it's called the iris, that's this part of the eye. We're going to make another circle right at the bottom, and it's almost as big as the top circle. Nice and big. To give her a little detail, I'm going to give her some eyebrows. This one's just about covered up, but she has an eyebrow over here, just a simple curve over the eye. And then maybe 1, 2, 3 eyelashes. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a little bit of color in her eye, but not too much, because I may want to color it in with green or blue or brown or purple or whatever color I decide that Sylvia's eyes are going to be. Ready to move on to her nose. Of course, it's going to be right between the eyes, a little bit lower, and I'm just going to make a simple little curve, a delicate little nose on Sylvia. Then for her smile, I'm going to make a straight line and then an arrow pointing downward. And that is Sylvia's smile. Now, if you want to draw the smile just as a simple little upward curve, that's all right also. Well, because she's a fairy, she has to have a wand in her hand. So I'm just going to draw two straight lines right next to each other. Now, your wand may be just a stick like this, kind of like the wands in the Harry Potter books or the Harry Potter movies, or you can put a circle at the end, or you can just give kind of a vague glow. I'm going to draw a little star at the end of mine. So there's two little points. But again, you make your wand any way that you want. And then finally, of course, she has to have wings. So I'm going to imagine that they start right at her shoulders. So I'm going to go right here, past her hair, almost all the way up to the corner of the paper. From her shoulders, up here, and they curve down as if they're coming right to her waist. So imagine a big curve, not the line that goes right at it, but I want it to curve out because she has to have nice big wings. Then curve out again, like butterfly wings. And then back up to her body. Near the bottom, it's going to curve back up. And it's time to add a little bit of color. And I want you to think about, before you see mine, what kind of colors that you want to use. Do you want to use dark colors? Maybe she's a goth fairy with a lot of dark colors. Maybe she has fiery red wings. Maybe you use a lot of pink and pastel, light colors, maybe some silver and gold. However you want to color it, whatever you want to add to her outfit or the accessories to make it a little bit more interesting. I know that there's a few artists out there who submit stuff, and their artwork always has a tremendous amount of personality. So I really look forward to some of the drawings that come in. So however you want to color your fairy and whatever you want to name her, let's get started. We'll get back together in just a minute. And here's my drawing of Sylvia in full color. And you know, of all the drawings that we've done together this year, this is really one of my favorites. I hope you enjoyed working on this project. I can't wait to see your drawings from all the girls and the boys too. Because remember, if you are a girl who likes to draw monster trucks or a boy who likes to draw fairies, or if you're anybody who wants to draw a picture of a fairy driving a monster truck, don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Because it's your creativity, it's your personality. So feel free to express yourself. That's really what art is all about. Like I said, this is our last video together. I can't wait to see you guys in the fall. And in the meantime, stay creative, stay safe, be cougar strong. We'll see you soon.